Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dollar Guide. My name is Nate, and in this video, I'm going to show you 10 different online business opportunities for this coming year. Now, you don't have to worry. We're not selling you any online courses. There's no like drop shipping course you have to pay $1,000 for. This is totally free information, and it's really with my hope that you can get one of these ideas and start to implement it in this coming year and hopefully start to make some money. So that's our goal. If you're new here to the channel and you appreciate this video, if you like the video, then make sure you hit the subscribe button because we'll be rolling out new videos every week. So without any further ado, let's just get started with this. I suggest even writing some of these down or at least really paying attention on each one of these topics. Now, the first opportunity is going to be teaching languages. Now, stop right there. You might say, you know, Nate, I don't really speak a lot of languages. I don't want to teach the languages. The good thing about this is that you don't necessarily have to be the person who's actually teaching the language. So for example, I have a friend who runs an online language learning business where she helps people learn English from the country where she is from, where the English is not their native language. And at first when she started, she was the person who was giving online lessons, Zoom lessons to her students. But eventually what she did is she started to scale this up and she hired some of her friends, she hired other people who were able to do that, and she was making money off of her friends, but also her friends were making money as well. So everybody was really, really happy. And she turned this into a multi-million-dollar language learning business. So I think there's a huge opportunity in this, and the beauty of having Zoom and Skype and Google Meet and all these different video chat options is that this doesn't have to be in person. You can do this totally online, and certainly it benefits you if you already speak multiple languages. I mean, hell, I barely even speak English at this point. I mean, I don't know any languages, but I think that anybody could start something like this and create a successful language learning business. All right, so the next business opportunity is going to be selling beats or instrumentals or some type of music to artists. Now, there's a great industry, and I'll explain kind of how it works a little bit. But if you're sitting here and thinking, you know, I'm not musically inclined, don't worry. Some of the other ones, the other 8 business ideas might be more applicable to you. I know personally, I'm not very musically inclined, so maybe I wouldn't do this one. But if you love music, this could be a good one for you. So there are people out there who spend all day just making beats, and then they will post them to YouTube, and then they will charge royalties for those if somebody wants to use those in their YouTube videos. If somebody wants to actually turn this into their own song, they can charge royalties on this. Just a fun fact here, probably most of your favorite songs that you listen to on a daily basis, a lot of those were not actually written or the instrumentals were not created by, you know, Justin Bieber, or were not created by Post Malone. It was somebody else who made those beats, made those songs, and then basically licensed it to these artists who then put words over it and then branded it as their own, basically. So you can be that person who does that. Certainly not easy. I don't want to make any of these sound like they are easy businesses, but that's not really the point there. It's something that if you feel like you have the talent for it, it could be a great opportunity. All right, so the next business opportunity is going to be selling products with Shopify and actually doing drop shipping. Now, I was hesitant to put this one on the list because I just feel like whenever you talk about Shopify and drop shipping and e-commerce, there's so many people who are scammy with it. They're trying to sell you online courses. It gets kind of a bad rap, from my opinion. But I can tell you this, that I know a lot of people who are making millions of dollars Shopify dropshipping and selling products online through their own websites. So this is still a wonderful opportunity. I own part of a business that does quite a bit of e-commerce. We don't actually drop ship, we just do it in-house. We ship out the products ourselves. But this is a great just business that has been going on for, you know, decades, where you can sell things online and make money with them. So we do have a full Shopify tutorial if you're interested in that. We made it on one of our other channels, so I will link to it down below if you want to check it out and learn how to drop ship and sell products online. The good thing about that is that the cost up front is not very high. You just would want to pay for Shopify, which would cost you about $30 per month. And if you're drop shipping it, you might not really have to pay a lot of money to get started whatsoever. So that's another great business opportunity. Now, my next favorite online business opportunity, it's not totally online. It's going to be a blend of online and also in person. And this is by reselling clothes on Depop. So my sister does this and she really loves it. She actually pays for, I believe she pays for all of her rent by just buying clothes at Goodwill and thrift shops and different areas around where she lives. She goes to those places, she buys certain clothes, and then she posts them. And she's bought things like she bought a pair of shoes for $5, literally $5, sold them for $190, which I thought was kind of crazy. But there's people out there who are going to pay a lot of money for vintage clothing. So go ahead, take advantage of that. It's a simple business model. You might not become a millionaire off of it, but if you just want to pay your rent, you want to get an extra $1,000 per month, then just buying clothes at thrift shops and then reselling them online could be a really interesting business model. And it could be something that you could just do on the weekends. You could do it when you have some spare time, or when you want some extra money for Christmas, for example. You go out, buy some clothes, and then resell them. And so it is still one of my favorite opportunities out there. Okay, the next opportunity is what we would call a growth hacking business, where you basically come on as a consultant to a company and help them blow up their startup or their company. So a lot of companies, even with their marketing teams, sometimes they really need help with the mind of a teenager, for example, and they want to understand how to tap into that specific market. And if you spend a lot of time on social media and you feel like you understand how media works and how social media works, then this could be a great opportunity where you go to a company and you say, hey, let me help double your sales. Let me help triple your YouTube subscribers or your TikTok followers. And you can do that. And the best way to break into that industry, because you might say, well, how, if you're 17 watching this video and thinking, how the hell do I go up to a company and say, hey, give me $10,000 and I can consult for you and I can tell you how to grow your social media presence and get more sales? It sounds kind of difficult to tap into, but it's actually not terribly difficult to tap into if you just start by offering it for free. So you go to a company and say, hey, I think that you can really start a TikTok, you can blow it up, you can get a lot of followers, and you can get a lot more sales for your products if you just start putting your stuff on TikTok. So let me help you do that for free. Sounds weird, right? But hey, if you do it for free, they might love it. Then you can use them as a reference to start getting paid clients in the future and say, hey, look, this is what I did for the company down the road. I tripled their sales because we blew up their TikTok, and now they're over here. So let me do this for you. It's only going to cost you $5,000, $10,000. Lay it out for them like a business plan. It works. It definitely works. I've seen it happen so many times, and I have myself done this, although I don't do it very often anymore, but I did this a couple of years ago quite a bit. The next opportunity is going to be selling on Amazon. Amazon is by far the largest marketplace in the world. If you don't really use Amazon in your country, then I'm sure you have something pretty similar to it where people can buy a lot of products on one specific site. So you can sell products on Amazon. We have a full Amazon FBA tutorial. I'll leave that down in the description because that's on one of our other channels as well. So it's a totally free tutorial. Like I said, we don't sell anything. You don't have to worry about us like trying to, get you to pay us to teach you how to sell products on Amazon. It's just a totally free, like 45-minute tutorial that I think would be really, really useful. And you could explore it and say, take 45 minutes, see if it's really for you, see if it's something that you think would be worthwhile. But I can tell you that there are a lot of people making millions of dollars by selling products on Amazon. And this is slightly different from selling them on Shopify, because with Amazon, you don't have to worry as much about going out and marketing and finding the customers. They're already on Amazon. They're already searching on Amazon. So it's a little bit easier to sell products on Amazon from my experience. Okay, so the next opportunity is flipping domains. I own hundreds of domains. Most of them are .com, a couple of .orgs, a few .nets. Nobody really uses those. So it's mostly .coms. I have hundreds of these, and I buy and sell them quite frequently. Back in college 3 or 4 years ago, I went through a spree of buying hundreds of domains. And so I kind of just sit on them now, and I will get emails from companies who say, hey, we want to buy this domain, whatever it is, say it's like food.com or something. I don't own food.com, but if you own food.com, you could sell that for many, many tens of thousands of dollars. You could probably sell it for $1 million. food.com. So it's pretty cool. It's something that, once again, you can put in a lot of time or just a little bit of time researching for domains and finding ones that you can end up selling to make some money. Okay, next opportunity is freelance writing. I know it sounds pretty simple and basic, but we hire a lot of writers for our blogs and our websites, and I can tell you that we pay them pretty well. I mean, we'll pay them, multiple cents per word, sometimes even more, to have writers on board for us. And so, it's a great opportunity for people if you're good at writing. I myself am not a great writer. I'm more of a speaker. And so I choose to just do the speaking and let other people do the writing. But you can reach out to companies and blogs and say, hey, are you looking for another writer? And then tell them your rates. And I've seen people make hundreds of thousands of dollars by doing freelance writing on their own. Right? And so you could be working your own schedule. You could be at a coffee shop somewhere, writing a blog article for somebody, make a couple $100s on a Friday morning. And it's a pretty great, simple opportunity. It's going to be hard to make millions of dollars on it unless you start to really scale it big, but it's a great self-employed online business opportunity, and there's plenty of opportunities with freelance writing. So the next opportunity is by doing some type of social media management, but especially going to influencers, reaching out to them and saying, hey, I can take your YouTube videos, I can chop them up and turn them into 60-second TikToks that you can then post onto your TikTok account. I had a lot of people reach out to me for this. I have a personal YouTube channel with like over 1 million subscribers now. We just crossed 1 million, so I'm excited about that. But I had a lot of people reach out and say, hey, I can do this for $500 a month. I can chop up your YouTube videos, turn them into TikToks, turn them into Instagram Reels. And so I took up some offers on those because I didn't have the time to do it. It seemed like a great option for me. So go ahead and email hundreds of influencers and tell them what you can do. Show them what you can do. Say, hey, I made this for free, this TikTok for you. Let me know if you'd like to work with me in the future. And you can even reach out with them for other things as well. Like you can make thumbnails for YouTubers. You can make video edits for YouTubers. So there's a lot of opportunities there for influencers that you can reach out to them. Pretty simple business model that I think is not going to go anywhere or not going to go away anytime soon. All right, so there's 2 more opportunities. This one is going to be for my photographer friends, people who love video and they're looking to make some money from it somehow, even people who love art. It's going to be stock photography, stock video. Please do not overlook this one. I've seen this one on a lot of lists over the past 10 years of ways to make money online. And I never really took it seriously until I met this one friend who was my videographer for 2 years. And when I met him, I learned how much money he was making monthly from his stock video and stock photos. So what this means is that essentially he'll go out and he'll take tons of photos, tons of videos. Like right now I'm in Poland, and so he would go around in Warsaw and he would take tons and tons of photos, tons of videos, upload them to these stock photo and stock video sites like Storyblocks and a couple of others. And he's making thousands of dollars per month still to this day, even though he hasn't lifted a finger in this industry. He hasn't done this for many years now. From like 4 years ago, he has videos that are still making him thousands of dollars per month because companies, they're going to license this, they need to buy it. And so he gets a lot of royalties and premiums from stock video. It's absolutely amazing. If you have any itch to do some photography, maybe you already have a camera, then I would highly suggest looking into it. Just Google search it, read some articles about it, and you can end up making a lot of money from stock video and stock footage. Now let's finally talk about the last one, which is going to be an overall broad one, and it kind of reminds me of the first one that we talked about, where we talked about teaching languages. But the final one that I want to discuss here is I want you to analyze your skills. Okay, analyze your skills and ask yourself, what are you really good at? And then find a way to teach that or to convey that to other people. And you don't even have to charge money for this. You could do it for free on YouTube, or you could say, you're going to go ahead and charge money for it. Let's say that you're a great musician. Maybe you don't even view yourself as a great musician. You're just a pretty good musician. And you think that you can go out and start teaching other people how to play saxophone or how to play guitar. Or maybe you're an amazing kicker and you play a lot of football, and so you can teach people how to kick footballs really well. And so there's so many opportunities with this that you could take. But I want you to write down your 5 greatest skills. Doesn't really matter if you like it or not. Just write down the things that you are better than most people at. And you don't want to sound conceited, but there are things that you're better than the average person at. For example, me, I suck at a lot of things, but I happen to be kind of tall. I'm 6'3", and so I'm better at basketball than probably the average person. Doesn't mean I'm LeBron James, certainly not by any means, but I'm better than most people at it. So go ahead and write down the 5 things that you're better than most people at, and then see if you could turn that into some way into a business that you can run online. So those are the 10 business opportunities online that you can take for 2021, 2022. I don't know when you're watching this. Certainly do appreciate you watching the video. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or other business ideas for other people, things that have been working for you making money. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll see everybody in next week's video.